Welcome everyone, and thank you all for joining today on this webinar. Today we're excited to show off our newest Odin Automation Essentials version 7.1 and how it can help you to grow your hosting and cloud business. I'm Anna Helen Raimundo, Odin Automation Essentials Product Marketing Manager, and I'll be your moderator today. Before we begin, let's review a few housekeeping items. This webcast is being recorded. We'll share the complete on-demand recording with you via email within the next couple of days. Your phone lines have been muted to alleviate background noise during the presentation. Should you have any questions, we ask that you enter your questions in the Q&A panel in your WebEx session, and we'll address all the written questions at the conclusion of the presentation. Now please allow me to introduce our presenters. Kevin Lawless is a Senior Sales Manager of Cloud Platforms for North America. He leads a sales team responsible for Cloud Marketplace, Cloud Store, Cloud Referral, and the Odin Automation Essentials product. Alex Goncharov serves as a Senior Product Manager for Odin Automation Essentials and has a proven track record for serving the IT industry for more than 25 years in a variety of key leadership roles across management, business, and technical development. Alex has held numerous senior positions for leading hosting and software companies and has played a key role in establishing the company's marketing, sales, and service strategies. Nick Scott is the Product Manager for Infrastructure Services with 15 years of data center and software architecture experience. In today's webcast, Kevin will provide an overview of market trends and Ingram Micro Cloud, including the first step you need to take in order to start your migration to Odin Automation Essentials. Then Alex will provide a summary of Odin Automation Essentials core capabilities, services, and pricing, including a demo of the new features added to version 7.1. Alex will then hand the presentation over to Nick, who will provide details and a live demo of the Azure feature. And finally, Alex will review migration path details and the tools available today within the Odin Automation Essentials for those of you currently running Odin Business Automation Standard, or OBAS, and other platforms you may be using. We'll close by taking and answering questions. Now let's begin with Kevin, who will provide an overview of market trends and Ingram Micro Cloud. Kevin?
Thanks very much, Anna Helen, and thanks everybody for taking the time to learn more about the Odin Essentials offering. As Anna Helen mentioned, my name is Kevin Lawless. I'm been on the cloud sales team here at Ingram Micro just over 5 years. My career at Ingram has been entirely in cloud, and you know, I think what's very fitting to start off today, and really in a lot of conversations that I've had over the last 5 or so years, is a quote that you see on the screen right now, right? So Charles Darwin, right? And it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. And I think over the period of my career at Ingram Micro, I think change is the one real constant thing that I've seen in market since day one. So when we look at those changes, right, those trending, right? So if we look, you know, specifically towards Gartner, right, a newsroom update in July of 2016 said cloud computing will be one of the most disruptive forces of IT spending since the early days of the digital age. More than $1 trillion in IT spending will directly or indirectly shift to the cloud over the next 5 years. And then another report from IDC states that it will reach $2.2 trillion when digitization at macroeconomic scale is taken into account. So there's a lot of different pieces coming together that are showing some pretty significant changes, right? Resulting in the aggregate amount of cloud shift estimated in 2016 of 111 billion, increasing to 216 billion by 2020. And a key indicator of this is cloud-first strategies are at the foundation for staying relevant in this fast-paced world. So when we look at this, right, at a macro level, right, you know, depending on the point of view you take, right, you're looking at it either being an opportunity or a challenge, right, and for some it can be both. So when we look and evaluate options in technologies to help you going forward, right, as well as tools to enable you during that, you know, Odin Automation Essentials comes in and plays a pretty big role. So while customers definitely are realizing or starting to realize the value of cloud services, most are going to rely on a trusted service provider to help them, facilitate that move or procure those services from. They need a trusted advisor who can guide them to select the right services with a broad portfolio and flexible business model to meet their unique business needs. And that's one of the things that in my role at Ingram, we've been doing as a division for over 10 years, right? Personally, myself being on the team for the last 5. But to make a right and timely change, you really need to listen to what your customers' needs are and how you can solve their business challenges. And it makes sense for customers to buy aggregated solutions instead of buying multiple isolated solutions or services. So the need to be that cloud expert from a customer perspective is more evident than ever, right? And it'll allow you to help transform their business by leveraging the new cloud technology. So customers ultimately look at their service provider and look for someone who has experience in transformation with a holistic approach to provide services beyond traditional infrastructure and to be their one-stop shop as a single point of contact for everything IT and ultimately a better customer experience. And you see this explained or in practice, in many different industries, and it's going to be no different for ours in the IT world. So with Odin Essentials, it'll be good for you to understand and be able to convey to the customers the need for an automation platform where they can leverage more services, right? The recipe, if you will, for success here, right, is to start with core competencies such as web hosting, infrastructure as a service, business applications, service integration, things like that, right? Expand to and transform to new business models to extend, towards hosting services, SaaS services, and managed services, right? And then aggregating all of them in one-stop shop for an end customer is crucial and something that the Odin Essentials platform will be able to provide, right? At the end of the day, being agile is key to sustainable growth, to maintain sustainable growth. And we need to identify a different strategy with specialization for cloud and hosting business transformation. So within Ingram, right, we have my team, the platform team, but we also have specialists dedicated to all of the different cloud and managed service offerings that are available on our line card. So as you're building out your platform to manage and order, provision, manage, invoice your recurring business, you also have a ton of resources available to you within Ingram Cloud. So when we talk about Ingram platforms, right, in my role, right, and what I'm focused on a daily basis, Ingram, we've very quickly realized that one size does not fit all when it comes to different platform offerings. So we've ultimately come to market with a total of 6 different platform offerings, and my team is focused, when you look left to right on this slide, on the first 4. The best way of explaining cloud referral is simply an opportunity for you as a reseller to resell cloud and managed services, while Ingram burdens the responsibilities of billing the end customer, supporting the end customer. There's no customization involved. It's very cut and dry. You sell it, we'll pay you a commission on the back end for that referral. However, Ingram takes over and bills the customer on an ongoing basis. Pardon me. Our cloud marketplace, best way to view this one is it is a tool, platform tool that you would leverage and use on behalf of your end customer. So we have about 40 different cloud offerings up and running on the marketplace today, over 100 different actual services amongst those offerings. But you would go to the cloud marketplace to order, provision, invoice, and ultimately manage your customer. But again, no customization. You're simply buying and provisioning through that marketplace on behalf of your customer. You're not going to add any of your own services. It's very very pre-canned. You're up and running in minutes, but no customization made available. Our cloud store offering is a layer over that cloud marketplace, to be able to extend end customer e-commerce capabilities to the market, okay? So your end customers could potentially go to a cloud store, see your logos, your coloring, and procure the different cloud services that are available on the cloud marketplace via that cloud store. It'll integrate with the payment gateway provider. There is some very, very limited customization or different configurations that you can run with for cloud store. But when we talk about a platform that will allow you to integrate with your existing services, whether it's a one-tier CSP contract with Microsoft or the hosting provider that you're doing today, Odin Essentials is really where we start landing on a solution that works best for that space, right? So looking at hosters and one-tier CSPs, Alex don't want to take from his content in the webinar, so I'll leave it to him to speak further about the details around Odin Essentials. But from there, right, steps up into fully customized, fully configurable platforms would be Odin Premium or Ingram Automation. So at a very high level, again, Ingram, we have identified that there's a need for multiple platform offerings, and I'm lucky enough to be in a position at Ingram where I represent several of them. So we are also very cognizant of the fact that a lot of folks on the call today might not even be Ingram Micro partners yet, right? Your Odin OBOS legacy partners. So we wanted to share a slide and have one in here to make sure you know where to go for getting signed up with a partner. This is the team that you'd work with to partner up with Ingram to start, and then back over to my team to actually procure the platform solution itself. Okay, so email to newbusinessdevelopment@ingrammicro.com or a phone call into the main line there with the 76229 extension. Again, this slide deck will go out afterwards, so this slide will definitely be included in there. Obviously, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the folks that are listed on this slide. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Alex, and he's going to walk us through a intro of the Odin Automation Essentials product offering. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Let's take a look at Odin Automation Essentials. Odin Automation Essentials is a comprehensive, downloadable cloud service automation solution that helps you, cloud and hosting providers, to efficiently provision, manage, and sell a combination of cloud, web, and VPS hosting through a single platform. So if you're running Odin Business Automation Standard today, you know that basically this solution is specifically designed to provide hosting services. It's not catered to provide cloud services. And Odin Automation Essentials is the next step forward, which helps you to bring both solutions together, cloud services and hosting services together, and offer a comprehensive full range of services to your customers. With Odin Automation Essentials, you can easily market, sell, and bundle shared and VPS hosting services, Microsoft Office 365, Azure, and other CSP services with your existing products. And this platform can be downloaded, installed, and deployed straight out of the box with just a few hours. As Kevin mentioned, offering a wide range of services, positioning yourself as a one-stop shop is your key competitive advantage in today's modern world. And with Odin Automation Essentials, you can offer your managed services with traditional hosting services on top of all Microsoft Cloud service products, including Office 365, Enterprise Mobility Suite, Dynamics 365, Azure, and Windows 10. With these new capabilities, you can sell integrated offers and services, own and control your billing, manage user accounts, and provision and manage services via a unified control panel. This comprehensive platform allows you to upsell your existing customers and grow recurring revenue. You will also be able to deepen customer relationship and take advantage of higher margins with a wider portfolio of services. In our Odin Automation 7.1 release, we have added a new Web Hosting Flask module. And using Web Hosting Flask module, you will be able to offer web and email shared hosting services on Windows and Linux. you can offer WordPress hosting plans as well. This service module is using Plesk Onyx for its service nodes. Shared hosting module is compatible with Plesk Web Pro and Web Host licenses, which you may already have, or you can purchase it directly from Plesk or from us. With Odin Automation Essentials 7.1, you can let your customer try your services for 30 days before they buy. And during these 30-day trials, you can establish relationship and trust with your new customers and convert them into paying customers. Another interesting fact is that WordPress content management system now powers over 26% of the web and has 60% market share among content managed systems in the world. And it's very popular among your potential customers. With Odin Automation Essentials 7.1, you can offer WordPress hosting services to your customers and let them try for 30 days. So let me show you a short demo of these services. So we are going to provider's online store, and we're going to order a trial of the WordPress hosting. So let's click try. And here we can enter our existing domain name, click use. We click continue. We enter our existing login, agree with terms and conditions, and we place trial order. We go to the control panel. Here we can see our new control panel, and we can see our trial order is being processed. We can see the system is creating website. In the upper right corner, you can see all the notifications coming in. So we can see website is being created. Okay, it's done. So website is created. It's activating our email services. You can see all the notifications here. Okay, website is created. Okay, email services are up and running. So now let's take a look. So let's go to the website section. And here we can see different tools like File Manager, FTP, SSH, PHP MyAdmin, Web Analytics, applications, and other tools to manage your website services. So what we're going to do is we go to Edit Website. It provides a single sign-on to WordPress. You can see we are in WordPress admin panel. So we can change theme, for example. Let's customize our theme. Let's just change title and tagline just for fun. And let's publish this. We click Save and Publish. And let's create our first post. So we add a new post. And now I'm going to add a picture of my daughter with her cat. So let's just upload a file. Here, let's just drag a file here. Okay. And insert it into our first post. And let's publish it. Now we can take a look at our new website. You can see our website is up and running, and our first post is here. Okay, let's take a look at File Manager. Here we can see File Manager, which we can use to manage all our files. Here we can manage our FTP accounts. We can create an FTP account right here. Let's add a new FTP account. Click OK. I can backup and restore my website. So let's do backup. I'll do full backup. Click OK. And customers can do it. They can do it by themselves. They don't need to ask you to do it for them. It's very easy, very simple. So backup is done. You can see I back up my website, and I can do update of my WordPress if necessary by myself. If anything goes wrong, I can restore it back. So now I can upgrade to paid subscription, and there are many actually reminders about this in the system. You can see it's on the main page. You can see this in the list of subscriptions. We constantly remind customers to upgrade trial into paid subscription. So let's upgrade to paid subscription now. We click upgrade to paid, and here we can select a plan, and we can select the subscription period, 1 month or 1 year. We click next. We can adjust configuration of subscription. We can add more email storage. We click next. We provide contact information. Click finish. So I can choose to pay with credit card. I enter my credit card details here and click pay. Now you can see that my payment was received, subscription is upgraded, and now I have an active paid subscription. I can add new mailbox, so let's do that. I create a new mailbox. I assign this mailbox to my account. Click create. You can see on the upper right corner the system is creating mailbox for me. Mailbox is created. I can manage my mailbox right here. I can change mailbox size. I can create auto reply. I can configure anti-spam. I can create email forwarding. Let's manage anti-spam here. Let's protect our mailbox from spam. We adjust settings. Click OK. I can create auto reply. For example, if I go on vacations, I can just set the date. And you can see my auto reply is configured. All right. So let's take a look at another module we provide in Odin Automation 7.1, which is a cloud infrastructure module. In Odin Automation Essentials 7.1, which comes with this cloud infrastructure module, we support containers and virtual machines using latest Virtuoso 7. And we know many of you are actually asking for this. You need to be able to deliver both containers and virtual machines, and you need support for the latest Virtuoso 7. So in this version of Odin Automation Essentials, we provide these new capabilities, and we also support latest Virtuoso 7 ability to support optimized KVM technologies under the hood. You can bundle these VPS servers with the latest Flash Codex control panel to satisfy your customer needs and target actually new customers. Now with this latest release, you can target developers, content managers, IT admins, and digital agencies. I think this is very exciting. So with new latest Flash Codex, you can start promoting your services to developers. Plus, in Odin Automation Essentials, we provide unified management for both containers and virtual machines, and which allows you to manage accounts, subscriptions, and service nodes from a single UI. And what's more, you can let your customers to try this VPS service for 30 days before they buy from you. All the tools are user-friendly, and customers can perform many server management tasks by themselves. And I have a short demo. Let's take a look. So we're going to buy a VPS server. We will provide a name for this server. We will choose to buy it with Flask panel. We'll provide our domain name. We click Use, click Continue. So we choose to pay with credit card. We agree with our terms and conditions, and we place order. So we're going to add our credit card details, and we make payment. So while we're waiting for payment, we can go to our control panel. And here you can see that our payment is received and our server is created. Now we need to change server password. Let's do that. So I'm going to change root password for my server. Okay, password is set. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the web console to SSH into my server. I'm going to log in with my new password right here. And I can check available disk space and available memory in my server. And I think I need to upgrade my server. I would like to get a bigger server, actually, to get more memory and more disk space. And I can do it right here. I can just click Change Plan and choose a bigger plan. And with just a few clicks, I'm going to upgrade my server resources. I will use my credit card on file. I do not need to provide another credit card. And you can see with just a single click, payment is received and my server resources are upgraded. Server is reconfigured. All right. I see everything is ready. Let's take a look. So Flask is, I can add Flask here. I will use my credit card on file. Payment is received. Let's take a look what's happening. All right. Flask is installed. Great. So I can manage Flask. I can click right here. I'm going to change administrator password. Okay, Flask password is changed. I click log into Flask. I agree with terms and conditions. Click Accept. I choose configuration for Flask. Click OK. I provide a new password, and here I am in the Flask control panel where I can manage my server. So back to the control panel, we can configure firewall. You can see all the default firewall rules are configured for me. I can change them if necessary. And I can do backup, and I can manage my backup schedule right here. So let's create a full backup of my server. You can see it is creating backup for me. Okay, backup is created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable automatic backups. I'm going to do this weekly. And the system will back up my VPS server every week automatically. All right. So that was a demo of the VPS services. Now, with Odin Automation Essentials, you can easily deploy and start selling Microsoft Cloud Solution Provider services and bundle them with your own managed services. This module supports
We're going to pause for a bit. I think the demo's still going.
Just a second.
Oh.
Okay. Let me share it again. All right. So with Odin Automation Essentials, you can easily deploy and start selling Microsoft Cloud Solution Provider services and bundle them with your own managed services. This CSP module supports one-tier Microsoft CSP services, including Azure, Office 365, Microsoft Dynamics 365, Enterprise Mobility Suite. And my colleague Nick Scott will tell you more about Azure services in the next demo. Nick?
Thanks, Alex. Okay, so we've talked a lot about Azure, and not everyone knows what it is. So Azure is a cloud offering from Microsoft, and it's a growing portfolio of services, both infrastructure and application, and it enables users to create those services on the fly and only pay for the consumption that they use. So it's the ideal platform for innovating and creating and hosting applications. But if you have any services that you need to host for customers, or you'd like to empower your customers to offer these services to their partners or end users, Azure is a perfect platform for that. As I mentioned, the services are very powerful. They can grow to very large, or they can be very, very small, and serve only the needs as you want them to. It can be automated to script the provisioning of services, to manage the uptime, also to grow and scale as needed in response to demands. And the whole idea of having a platform that's as responsive as Azure is that the opportunities are endless, and it's reactive and can speed and allow your organization to be more agile in delivering these services in various capacities, whether they be for the enterprise or a small business or to the end user. So the Azure CSP module, as part of Odin Automation Essentials, provides access into the Azure portal where you can provision any number of these services. And just opening up an account doesn't cost anything. You can have as many accounts as you like. Usually it's one account per customer. But the account themselves is free, so you can log in and look around, and you only pay for the consumption that you use. So when you provision a new service, whether it's a site-to-site VPN or a virtual machine, you're only going to pay for the services that you use, which is different from services that are provisioned on-site, where you're paying the capital cost for the hardware and the labor and licenses, and you're going to continue paying for that even if the server is not running or operational. With Azure, you're only paying for the services that are running, and if you don't need a service, you can stop it, and you'll no longer be paying for that consumption. We provide transparency in the form of downloadable reports that allow our end users and partners to view all the consumption of the services that are provisioned and get an idea into why the invoice was the amount that it was, and how they can manage that in the future, as well as keep track of all those services that they might have provisioned in various regions. The tools as part of the Azure module allow for automated provisioning of templates, reusing Microsoft tenants that come from other CSPs, so it allows you to take business away from your competitors, and also we can do some management based on the tags of those resources already deployed in Azure. So if there's any issues with a group of resources, we'll be able to view and manage those within the Azure module on Odin Automation Essentials. It's a very powerful platform, and I'd like to go ahead and give you a demo of what the service looks like from within the control panel. So first we're going to click on the Azure tile from the home menu, and that's going to take us into our subscription, and we'll be able to see the resource usage from the applications and services that we have deployed on Azure. So we can see a very granular view down to the individual service and the hourly usage, and also the cost of those services. If we're concerned about the cost, we can actually configure a budget overuse alert. So for this example, we set it for $500, tested it out, and once the services reach that dollar limit, it will send an email to the configured admin. Another part of the automation to allow you to quickly and repeatedly deploy a solution is to use our templating system. So here we're going to take a look at the templates that are available. For one, there's a WordPress on Linux template, and we're going to select the template. We can click Next. We need to enter in the variables for our resource group that's going to, that this particular service is going to belong to. And with a single click, we're going to deploy it directly into Azure. So this is going to create all the necessary resources on the cloud, provision the services, and add in all the configuration that we need in order to have a service that's up and running. We're going to jump over to the Azure portal. We're going to look at our resources, and there we go. There's our application. So we can actually see that this application is running in real time by checking the resources and looking up the DNS name, the friendly name, and we'll put that into the address bar, add in WordPress, and there we go. With only a few simple clicks, we are able to produce a fully functional website directly from within the Azure module of Odin Automation Essentials. This is an incredibly powerful tool that's going to enable our partners to provision repeatedly successful solutions that don't need very much time or management. They can simply select a template. You can create your own templates and save them. So if you have a dashboard or control panel application that needs to run on a customer system, we can do so in a repeatable manner that's going to save you lots of time and resources.
Thank you, Nick. And I just want to add that what is also very unique about this is that you can provision this servers in many different parts of the world. So for example, if you need a very powerful server for your customer in Asia just for 1 month to run a specific campaign, advertising campaign in Asia, you can do so with Azure because it provides you this very, very powerful ability to deploy servers in different parts of the world.
Absolutely. And if you have a global follow-the-sun business, you can spin down servers that are in a region of the world that is off business hours and spin up servers that are in parts of the world that are having their business hours so that you can provide optimal service and performance response while minimizing your operational costs.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Nick. So let's guys talk about migration from Odin Business Automation Standard to Odin Automation Essentials. And the good news, in this release, we have a new migration manager, which helps you to use GUI-based tools to migrate from Odin Business Automation Standard to Odin Automation Essentials. And these tools help you to migrate account information, account balance, billing information, payment information, subscription information and data, etc. Since we don't have resellers in Odin Automation Essentials yet, you can use this tool to migrate your resellers to provider account, or you can migrate resellers to separate Odin Automation Essentials instance. In near future releases, we'll have resellers available in the product, so you will be able to migrate them as well. And we're also working on the migration SDK, which will help you to migrate from other platforms if necessary. I also wanted to give you a short update about latest release of Odin Business Automation Standard 4.5.7. If you're running Odin Business Automation Standard, we recommend you to update it to the latest release. And in this release, we providing the following enhancements. We improved virtual machine management. We add ability to move customers' accounts between vendors. And this is very useful. For example, if you have a reseller who is not actually using reseller capabilities in OBAS, you basically can just move them to your provider account anytime. We also add many security and stability improvements into the product and fix many bugs. So if you're running OBAS, we recommend you to install this update. You can refer to OBAS 4.5.7 release notes. We provide these notes on our website, and also it is available from your product. So if you check notifications inside OBAS Provider Control Center, you can see release notes and download instructions right there. Let's take a look at the migration path. So first of all, you need to update Odin Business Automation Standard to at least 4.5 version. You don't have to update it to the latest release of 4.5.7, although this is recommended. If you're running 4.5, you can migrate to Odin Automation Essentials 7.1 right away. Migration tools are available for you. So let's take a look at the licensing and pricing of Odin Automation Essentials. So Odin Automation Essentials price as follows. You have annual contract, you have setup fee, which is $1,499, and setup fee covers first 10 support incidents, which we provide for you at no additional charge. And platform fees are revenue share 2.5% with $499 monthly minimum commitment. And specifically for you, our customers, we created a new special promotion. We waive all platform fees for the next 12 months. If you sign up for Odin Automation Essentials right now, you can take advantage of this time-limited promotion and just pay setup fee and get a license at no additional cost for the next 12 months. So I strongly recommend you take advantage of this promotion.
Thank you, guys. Now we can take questions in the chat panel. There were quite a few when you were doing your demo of the Web Hosting Plus module and also the VPS hosting module. Alex, one of the questions that came up was, what are the underlying infrastructure requirements for Odin Automation Essentials?
Okay, thank you for this question. Let me talk about hardware requirements. So you can see them on my screen. Hardware requirement for management node, you need a virtual machine with 8 gig of memory, with 4 virtual CPUs and at least 50 gig of disk space. You need 3 DNS nodes, and these are small containers of virtual machines with at least 1 gig of memory, 2 virtual CPUs, and at least 8 gig of disk space. If you're going to run shared hosting, you need to increase memory for your management node from 8 gig to 12 gig, and you need to increase disk space of your management node. You also need service nodes for shared hosting for Linux and Windows and centralized database nodes. You can see their requirements on the screen. You need 16 gig of memory for virtual CPUs and 50 gig of disk space. For backup node for shared hosting, you need a virtual machine or container with 4 gig of memory, 1 virtual CPU, and at least 50 gig of disk space. If you're going to offer VPS services to your customers, you need to increase memory of your management node with additional 4 gig of memory, and you need to increase disk space as well. For VPS service node, you need to have a physical server with Virtuoso 6 Update 11 or Virtuoso 7 with at least 8 gig of memory and quad-core CPU. For backup node, for VPS services, you can use container with at least 2 gig of memory and 2 virtual CPUs, and disk space at least 120 gig or more. If you're going to offer Azure services, you need to increase memory of your management node with 1 gig and disk space with additional 50 gig of disk space.
Okay, the next question is the Plesk server separate?
So Plesk servers are running on the service nodes. So you can have service nodes for shared hosting on Linux, and they are running Plesk Unix. Also, you can have service node for shared hosting on Windows, and they are powered by Plesk Unix for Windows as well. If you're going to have a centralized database node, you do not need Plesk running on them. So the system will automatically install all necessary software on the database node when you configure it.
Okay, next question is Service Pro separate? They're developers and will not need the full suite. Can they run Service Pro standalone?
So good question. So if you're targeting developers, you can provide them a VPS server with Plesk, and they can run their own Plesk and do whatever they want with it. So that's the best scenario. Give them their own container or virtual machine with Plesk and let them use it for development.
Okay. And the next question is, can all the other bits be disabled and only what Alex is demoing currently be active, as this is exactly what they need? You were demoing the Plesk server at the time, the Plesk web hosting Plesk module.
So all services are optional, so you can decide what services you would like to provide. So, for example, if you do not want to offer Azure services, you just simply do not configure it, and it will not be available. So you can decide what services exactly you want to offer to your customers, and basically on this slide right here, you can see that you can provide domain registration, shared hosting on Linux and Windows, virtual private service, containers and virtual machines, Microsoft CSP services, which include Office 365, Dynamics, Enterprise Mobility Suite, and Azure and Windows 10 licenses. So, and you can choose which services you want to offer to your customers.
Okay. And does the VPS work on Google Cloud, and is G Suite supported?
So VPS servers are running on Virtuoso 7 server virtualization. So you need to have your own dedicated service and install Virtuoso 7 on them, and then attach these machines to Odin Automation Essentials. And Odin Automation Essentials will be able to manage this VPS nodes powered by Virtuoso 7. We'll be able to create containers and virtual machines on them. So this is self-hosted services which you host yourself using Virtuoso 7. If you need a cloud VPS service, then you use Azure. So Azure can create virtual machines in the cloud. So these two options are available for you to choose.
And then is there a migration assistance module for migrating from Plastic Automation 11.5?
Okay, good question. Plastic Automation 11. As you know, Plastic Automation 11 migration path goes through Plastic Panel. So you need to migrate from Plastic Automation to standalone Plastic Panels, and then you can use these servers as a service nodes for Odin Automation Essentials. To migrate from Plastic Automation to Plastic Panel, you can use a free migration assistance from Plastic. So you can see the URL on my screen. You can go to plastic.com/professional-services and request migration assistance from them, from Plastic Automation to standalone Plastic Onyx service. And after that, you can add this service to Odin Automation Essentials.
Okay, and this question is for Kevin. What if we are an Ingram reseller already and an Odin Parallels customer? Kevin? You might be on mute. Do you want to answer that?
Can you repeat the question?
If you're an Ingram Micro reseller already and an Odin Parallels customer.
So if you're already Ingram Micro reseller, you can contact Kevin, and we'll provide his contacts at the end of this presentation, and provide your Ingram Micro reseller ID, and he will give you necessary instructions how you can purchase Odin Automation Essentials. And this is basically very simple. You will get the agreement for Odin Automation Essentials. You will sign this agreement, and then you will get all the keys and download instructions for the product.
Is there only one pricing model?
Yes, the pricing model you can see on the screen is there is only one available for Odin Automation Essentials.
Okay. I think that was the last question on Flask. Let me see one more. Can you clearly describe the difference between Essentials and Premium?
Yes. And you know, I was anticipating this question, and I prepared a slide. All right. You can see that the key differences between Odin Automation Essentials and Odin Automation Premium are actually comes from the who are the customers, target customers for these products. Odin Automation Premium is designed for telcos and very large hosters, and therefore it has a different deployment configuration. It is deployed as a cluster with high availability. Also, Odin Automation Premium comes with business intelligence, can be integrated with external billing and ERP solutions, and also can be used by two-tier CSP distributors. Also, Odin Automation Premium supports multi-cloud capabilities. It is capable to support VMware, Amazon, Google, OpenStack, DigitalOcean, etc. Odin Automation Premium supports a hosted Exchange and SharePoint, comes with custom software development, and also with Odin Automation Premium, you don't have a limitation for number of customer accounts you can run on the system. In Odin Automation Essentials, we support up to 30,000 customers. With Odin Automation Premium, you can scale without any limits. If today you have more than 30,000 customers, I would recommend you to look at Odin Automation Premium.
So what are the next steps? Let us help you get started on your migration to Odin Automation Essentials today. If you're not already an Ingram Micro partner, become a partner by filling out the application at www.ingrammicrocredit.com. Once you complete that step, then you can go to our web page that we've created specifically for migrating off of your current platform to Odin Automation Essentials at www.ingramicrocloud.com/migrate to Odin Automation Essentials today. And you can enter your information on the form for one of our cloud account managers to contact you to immediately get started on your migration to Odin Automation Essentials so that you can start selling your hosting services, launch new cloud services, and upsell new services to your customers. I will send you a follow-up email with these URL links as well as the on-demand recording of this presentation within the next 24 hours. So this brings us to the end of our webcast. I'd like to thank our presenters, Nick Scott, for joining us today to provide the Azure demo, and Kevin Lawless for providing the market and Ingram Micro Cloud overview, and Alex Goncharov for presenting the Odin Automation Essentials new features and detailing the migration path to Odin Automation Essentials. And on behalf of Alex, Nick, Kevin, and myself, Anna Helen Raimondo, we'd like to especially thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today on this presentation of Grow Your Hosting and Cloud Business with Odin Automation Essentials version 7.1. Have a wonderful day.